So anyway, they recapped that whole thing, and then Chrissy was just like, you know, and then he was mad. He was mad and upset, and he was scared that Jim Jones and his boy, who was ever with him, was gonna jump him or get all scared and stuff. And he's like, and she was like, nobody was gonna do nothing to you, fat boy. You ain't can't do nothing. You 5'5". Nothing. You couldn't pay that country boy nothing. Nothing. So anyway, we're going to that, but there wasn't too many highlights. They just went over the beef between Emily and Olivia, and how she's dating this one basketball dude, and then how Emily said she wasn't, and she said you was, and she said, bitch, you a lie, you a motherfucking lie, you didn't say that, and she said, heifer, you don't know, well, she didn't say heifer, but she was doing all this, and, you know, fingering gestures, and I'm like, looking at this show, this reminded me why I weep for my people daily. I truly do. Black people, we gotta do better. But anyway, there really wasn't much to the show. But before I switch topics, can I just comment on Samaya's hair? Y'all, if y'all didn't see her hair, first of all, she had this lace. I don't know if it was a lace front or a wig. It was a hot ass mess. First of all, it was long, like about to here, and then what made it so shitty was the bangs. The bangs. Y'all, when I say these bangs were like right here, and then they were thick as hell, so it looked like curtains. Like all you needed was like a drawstring to like draw them back. You know how them old-fashioned like vertical blinds are? This is what these bangs look like. I'm like, girl, who is your stylist? What is he doing with your life? You need a refund immediately. That's all I'm gonna say about that, y'all. It was just a hot mess, and like the whole highlight of the entire series, the whole reunion show, was me staring at this child's bangs. Girl, they will allow, your stylist will allow you, your hairstylist will allow you to walk out of the dressing room looking like that. You see my face? You see my face? But anyway, on to other hot topics and happenings of the day. In entertainment news, if y'all hadn't heard by now, well, I'm sure you have, my girl, Miss Jackson, as you see, I'm wrapping her shirt right now. I got this from the last tour I was on, or last tour I went to, which was the Rock With You tour back in 2008. Luckily, before it got canceled. Sorry, Jay, I don't mean to throw shade when I say that. I really mean it was canceled, but for illness reasons. But yeah, she is announcing a second leg of her #1's tour, Up Close and Personal. And luckily, I went to see her on the first leg in Chicago on March 8th. And y'all, I dare a bitch to talk about my girl, Miss Janet. Because at 44, she snatched wigs, she kicked ass, she walked the floor, she laid people to rest. I dare someone to badmouth Miss Jackson. Oh, and you're going to say, oh, well, she ain't selling records and she ain't making music like you. Who's selling records these days? J-Lo just released the record. Flop. Rihanna, she releases singles, but the record, flop. This is a legend. She is on the road selling out arenas. Well, I won't say arenas, but selling out theaters with iconic and legendary songs. People are paying money, top dollar, to see her. I dare you. I want you to. I want you to. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I don't even want you to do it on the computer. I don't want you to do it on Twitter. I want you to come to this address. I want you to come to this house. And I want you to say it to my face. I'm gonna be her representative. I want you to tell me that Miss Jackson is washed up and she can't perform like she used to. That's all. But anyway, let me bring it back. But anyway, yes, she's coming back to, hopefully to see her in Detroit, my hometown, at the Fox Theater on August 16th. I haven't got my tickets yet because I've never been one to get up early when tickets are released, like in the morning, and try to outrace somebody. I'm a little janky. Well, not really janky, but what I do is I go to eBay And I just bet on them like that because you get like other VIP packages and stuff. I think it's smart. Don't talk about me. Don't judge me. I can do that. Anyway. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And oh y'all, tell me why my mama tried to though. She tried to throw Miss Janet shade though, because I wanted to go with her. Because I've never been to a concert with my mom. Love her to death. So I was like, Mom, Janet's coming back on the second leg. Why don't we go? And she's like, oh, okay. Oh, let's find out how much tickets are. I'm like, okay. So I did, and I told her. She's like, oh, okay. We'll find out what date it is. So I did. After she released the date, she's like, oh, okay. So you sure you don't want to go see nobody else? Mama, Mrs. Tolliver, if you don't want to go see Janet, you ain't got to go see Janet. Because she's trying to change the subject and say, oh, is anybody you want to go see? No! I want to see Janet for a third time. Mom, I still love you, though. Yeah, I always love you, Mom. But you know you was wrong for throwing Janet shade like that. But anyway, y'all, that is wrapping up this so far the media and entertainment news so far this week, because this is Wednesday. So hopefully I'll be able to make another video on hopefully this coming Friday. Definitely one on Saturday. But I've had so much to do, and I'm so busy with work, and it's conference time because kids are going to kindergarten, so everyone wants to know how my baby doing. I just want to be like, your kid is, I don't want to say bad as hell because they're not bad as hell, but you know, we got some little things we need to work on. Oh my God, while I'm talking about kids, y'all, I went to the grocery store today, you know, getting some little knick-knack stuff or whatever. Y'all, I never thought I would see the day where a black couple would let their child run up and down the cereal aisle next to the Captain Crunch Fruit Loops and Cocoa Puffs. And then when they call them, tell them to come back to you, they say, no, you can't tell me what to do. And the parents are like, no, you're going to time out. You're going to be on a timeout when you get back home. A black couple, they told their child they was going to be on a timeout. And they weren't mixed with nothing. They weren't interracially, what am I coming up with these words? They weren't an interracial couple. They were both black people. And they gonna sit there and say to that little, you're gonna be on a timeout when you get home. I never thought I would see the day, y'all, that a black person would not discipline their kids in a store. Let them talk to them like that. No. I don't know what the world's coming to with discipline. I'm not saying you have to beat the hell out of your kids, but at least smack them up a while. You know, maybe elbow them down some stairs. That'll teach them. I don't know, y'all. This world. Well, all I gotta say is, if one day he sees this video, hopefully no time soon, but to little Deshaun, I know your name because I heard your parents say it before they said they was gonna give you a timeout. To little Deshaun, boy, if you was Deborah Tolliver's son back in the day, that's all. You didn't cross my mama back in the day. She went for no reason. Oh, you breathe on me wrong? Find myself down some stairs. You think I'm lying? I'll never forget. And that's how people need to take it back to the old school. Because my mom was like that. My mom's mom, my grandma was like that, and her mom was like that, and her dad was like that. In fact, they were so old school with their stuff. My grandma, my great grandparents with my grandma, they were so old school. They didn't say, you didn't tell them no. They said, you asked them one time. It wasn't no. It wasn't how come or why come, this and that. And that was it. You said, oh, okay. I'll never forget my grandma told me this story that my aunt, she tried my great granddad, and when she was going to school, and she told him, she had an attitude or something like that, and she told him she wasn't going to school, so she walked out on the front porch and sat on the stairs, and she was just you know, rolling her head. I'm like, y'all was rolling y'all head back then, back in the 40s, 50s. Who knew? But anyway, she sat on that porch. She said, "I ain't going to school." She said, "I am not going to school. I don't want to go." And so my great granddad was like, "Oh, it's okay, baby. You ain't gotta go to school. Come on back in. Come on, you don't have to go to school. That's all right." Y'all, when I tell you, when she went back into that house, game over. My, my grandma told me my granddad lit her ass up like a Christmas tree. I'm talking like Times Square. I'm talking Rockefeller Center at Christmas time, light up. She never did it again. And that's what we need today. We need to take it back to the old school. Use the rod, beat the child. That's my motto. I'm just joking. But no, seriously though, we need to do better. Because kids, they are our future. Let's do better. But anyway, y'all, I've had fun making this my first video. I don't want to keep it too long. I'm going to keep it kind of short. Hopefully it's short. I don't know what my time limit is, but try to keep it as short as I possibly can. And that's my intention throughout this whole video process, is to try to make it, not make them too long, but get to the point, but you know, make it more carefree and whatnot. But I hope you enjoyed this first video, and can't wait to post the new one. I'll be recording it very soon, the next day or two. And I hope each and every one of you have a blessed afternoon, evening. Why am I saying afternoon? It's clearly nighttime. I told you I was tired. But anyway, peace and blessings, y'all. Oh, is it? Peace and blessings. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.